Well, a wonderful Monday evening to everybody out there in viewership land. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage. The Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder CAMMUS Racing Simulators Big Block Modified Series. Round number 13. Very first trip ever to Owego for the league, for the series. We've got about a dozen drivers checked in. UMP show went off earlier. No stream for that. Car count was a little bit low, and we usually 12 minimum to do a stream. So unfortunately, they didn't have that many cars. It did look like Jacob Schmutz picked up the win in round number 7. So only one race left with them. It'll be in a couple of weeks. These guys ready to hit qualifying. We got 12 of them. Ryan Hines didn't take any time in the practice session, but he is in the server. They do have a dozen cars ready to go. Just waiting. See who can pick up the pole. Driver already rolling onto the track. That's 21 of Garrett Boyd. He was second quick in the practice session. Boyd, first time around. He'll be the mark to beat for everybody else. Now we have a bunch of drivers out on track. So we'll flick around through them as they go. But the first time around, there goes Boyd across the starter stripe. And 19.3.7 for him. Anthony Morano, new paint on this car, and I really like the look of that number 32 machine. Ostendorf about a half second off of Boyd. Here comes Braden Eiler, the high side hustler, back in action, and he won the last time the CAMMUS Big Block Modified Series was on track. We'll see if he can go back to back. Comes around this time across the line. Let's see what Eiler does. He goes to the top, 19.27 seconds. But Devin Hauer is now on the racing surface. And Hauer, the dominant driver in the series, has been all season long. He's going to come out of turns 3 and 4 his first time around. He is second quick, 19.3.3, almost 19.3.4. Anthony Morano, 19.3.7. So all 12 drivers complete their qualifying. Braden Eiler will pick up the bonus points. Missed a lot of the season. We expect to see him next season a lot more. So let's take a look at the starting grid for the first heat. We invert 4. The 1 of Jacob Schmutz will have the pole. The 98 of Ryan Pageant will sit to his outside. Your second row will be Anthony Morano in that 32 machine. And then your quick qualifier, the 5 of the highest side hustler, Braden Eiler. Ryan Hines, a 25 car. Row 3 to the inside. Next to the 32 of Tom Ostendorf. So both 32 cars in here. One is white with red numbers. The other is white and green with shiny green numbers. Let's just make sure everybody knows that so we don't have any confusion. We are waiting on Braden Eiler. Drop himself into the grid. These gentlemen will roll off. Welcome, Bill and Mindy. Thanks for being in the chat. We appreciate it. And there comes Braden Eiler. So we're going to roll these guys off right here. As you can see, the starters stand inside on the infield here. There's Anthony Morano's car. That car has been blue with yellow numbers for the entire season until tonight. Looks like he kept the same wheels. I was listening into the driver chat during practice, and they were talking about the track is very rough. Seems very choppy, very bumpy. So we'll see how that plays out. for the rest of the evening. 2 heats and then our big 40-lap A main. Tomorrow night, ERA. Wednesday night, Midwest Truck Series. Thursday night, Red Driver, Mighty Midget. So a full week this week. All right, pace truck will get out of the way. We'll get ready to go green down here. Turn number 4. Heat number 1. CAMMUS Big Block Modified Series. Monday Night Thunder. It's coming down to a close. Only about 4 races left. Green flag in the air. We're underway. Heat 1. First time at Oswego. Odd shape to it. It's kind of wide in one corner, and then the opposite corner will be the wide corner. It narrows up pretty good out of 4. We'll see how it races. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty smooth. Not much in the way of banking to it. Schmutz going to lead lap 1. Morano second. Paget and Eiler 3 and 4. Hines is 5th in the 25, and then Tom Ossendorf, the other 32 car, out back right now. But the battle is at the front. Here comes Morano, moves to the inside, takes the spot away. New leader, Anthony Morano. Morano hugging right down to the inside. Able to keep the 32 car locked on that inside wall. Five to go, Heat 1. Morano starting to inch away from Schmutz. And Paget is starting to reel in the 1 car. Cars hopping and bouncing all around the track here. Anthony Morano got around Jacob Schmutz, and he is out to 1 and almost a quarter seconds. Schmutz was a little wide getting into 3, but it's not going to hurt him too much. He's going to maintain his gap. Go back here, Braden Eiler getting close to Paget. Just cannot find the opening he needs to drive by. Won a couple of weeks ago. Showed up for the first time in a long time to a DSRL event and picked up the win pretty easily. We're coming out of 3 and 4 already. The white flag's in the air for Heat 1. Morano way out in front. Eiler doing what he does. You call him the high side hustler for a reason. He is going all the way to the fence. See if he can make that run. That time Paget nicked the inside wall. There's nothing that Eiler could do. Got in the back of him. It's going to cost him a spot as Hines gets by. But Morano wins the first ever heat for DSRL at Oswego. Schmutz, Hines, Ossendorf, and then Paget and Eiler. That instant, I think Paget caught the inside wall up the backstretch. And in turn 2, I'm sorry, and slid out in front and up the backstretch. Eiler had nowhere to go, and he just got in the back of him. So, getting ready for Heat 2 to grid out. Here we go. Pace car drops. Cars are going to start to grid out. We'll go through the lineup quickly. It's going to be the 11 of Adam Vinny on the pole, and you'll have his partner in crime, the 43 of Reed Rundle, on his outside. So the limousine and the jackwagon side by side in row 1. The 21 of Garrett Boyd will start inside row number 2. Next to Devin Hauer in the 316. And then it'll be the 54 of Matt Westfall, the Ohio Hombre, inside row 3. Next to the 20 of Dylan DeWert. DeWert, a former series champion, has not been to every race this season, unfortunately. So we'll roll them off the last heat race. And then these guys will have a few minutes to go work the track a little bit more, and we'll get into 40 laps. of A Main Racing. Show them where the start line's at right here. Next time around, the pace truck's going to dive out of the way down at turn number 3. And then we'll see if the Lumber Dude limousine can get us going. Starting to cool off, and dang it, do I not hate that at all. I like the fall temperatures. I think it's amazing. Start out at 55 degrees in the morning, end up at, 80, 85 for the high for the day. That is a wonderful day. Green flag in the air. Heat number 2 underway, and a great start for Adam Vinny. Leads them into turns 1 and 2. 3 wide behind him. Hauer on top. Rundle in the middle. Boyd at the bottom. And they get it worked out. Hauer will fall right back into line. He drops to about 3rd or 4th right here. Now trying to cut back in. Make it 3 wide again out of 4. And he didn't quite get there. Whoa, that's ugly. Every time. Dylan DeWert around Westfall, and he's working his way into this gaggle of cars that's battling for the lead because they are all right there in touch. Vinny, Arundel, Hauer, DeWert, and Boyd, and it's 2 wide, 2 deep behind the leader. Side-by-side action, the very first time we've ever been to this track. And it looks like the boys are able to handle it. Great racing in heat number 2. Now, Hauer surges ahead, and he grabs second all to himself. He'll leave DeWert and Rundle to battle for the 3rd spot. They'll stay side by side, and Hauer is going to try to pull alongside Vinny for the lead right here. Halfway through the heat, finally we got a battle for the lead. Adam Vinny doing a good job down on the bottom, holding these guys off. He's got to get it through 3 and 4 smoothly. He's got the bottom dialed in. Hauer has the top and the momentum. Slip up the track, and that may be what hurts Vinny unless he gets the launch right here out of the bottom of the 2. They're side by side coming around. It's going to be 2 to go. DeWert now has 3rd. Boyd has 4th. Rundle is back to 5th. The battle's for the lead. The battle's over. New leader, Devin Hauer with 2 to go. Top side really looking strong right now. Adam Vinny trying to hang on for second. Go back at Hauer for the lead if he can find the launch pad. Getting out of 4. Oh, Hauer finds the fence. That's going to open things up. White flag, and there's still 2 wide for the lead. Vinny down to the bottom. Up the backstretch, half a car. Can he hang on through 3 and 4? Into the bottom, up to the middle. Can he get the drive off? Who's it going to be at the line? Hauer ekes by. Vinny 2nd. DeWert 3rd, and that's less than a quarter of a second, 1st to 3rd. Boyd was 4th. Rundle and Westfall rounded things out. So heat 2 showed us the action. Can the boys keep it up for the entire 40 laps? That was a great race. Drivers will make their way out, warm things up. We're going to see if we can open the track up a little bit, move that cushion just a little closer to that outside wall. Dylan DeWert, you got a copy?
Oh, yeah, I got a copy. What's up?
All right, man. First trip for DSRL to Oswego Speedway, especially bringing the big blocks here. You guys had a whale of a battle out there. Is the track really that racy?
I mean, it felt like it. I mean, it was a lot of fun to be up top. I mean, The only problem is to probably get burned off up there. It won't last, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It got a little hairy there, which was cool, and we all figured it out and kept going. So, yeah.
Is that what we get to expect for this feature here? All 40 laps, or maybe side by side, let's call it a rush hour.
I don't know if it'll last side by side that long. I think the track will burn off one way or another, and it just either that or one line will just kind of not work as well. But we'll have to see. Hopefully, it's a good race.
All right, man. Well, good luck out there. Thanks for chatting with us. We needed to get a little insight from the driver's perspective on the new track on the circuit.
Thanks.
That is Dylan DeWert. Oh, we're trying to watch a couple, 3 or 4 of our drivers here. They're going to take the full time and put things down, try to widen this thing out just a little bit, see what we can do about trying to give ourselves a very racy 2-wide track. I'm going to remind you guys tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, ERA back in action. I might be able to figure out where they're going to race. No promises, but I might be able to figure it out. They will be at Rockingham tomorrow night. That'll be fun. That track is always crazy. Has high banks. It's very fast, but the surface has little to no grip left in it, so that should be a fun one. And then Wednesday night, Midwest Truck Series. They're going to have 2 races with us, the 11th and the 18th. They run about 150-mile races. I don't know what that equates to in laps. Depends on the track where we go to. I think we're at a 1 mile. I think we might be at Milwaukee. No, they were at Milwaukee the first night when I tested. I'm not sure. Maybe New Hampshire. I know they're not at a big track. So they will be on with us doing a little... let's give it a try and see how streaming them does. So we're going to try to do a great job for those guys. And then Thursday night, Red Driver, Mighty Midgets back in action. Double shows for them. If you're around at all, you know how they go. That'll be our week this week. Next week, we'll do it all again, but it'll be Mars back in action on the first show on Monday night. And then these guys right here back in action. They only got 3 races after tonight. So season closing up pretty fast. There might be a week off, and then they will be getting right back at it by the end of October. So we will try not to slow the action down too much, not give you too many weeks off, guys. We want to keep you busy. We want to keep you around. Love seeing the chat. Starting to light up a little bit. We see the people over on Facebook, people on our YouTube. Haven't seen anybody on Twitch yet. Practice session winding down. And then it's time for 40 laps of feature action. I can tell you guys, when Devin Hauer has a stranglehold on the points lead. He is 128 points ahead of second and third. Second and third are tied. And then Adam Vinny is fourth. It's Travis Johnson second. Garrett Boyd third. Adam Vinny and Larry Moody. Larry Moody not in action tonight, so that will hurt him. Your overall points right now? Yeah, it's a 3-horse race. It's Adam Vinny, Garrett Boyd, and Reed Rundle, and they have all raced in all 3 series. They have been here every single night. But it is time for the lineup for tonight's 40-lap A main for the CAMMUS Racing Simulator Big Block Modified Series. First ever trip to Owego Speedway. And on the pole, he won the first ever heat here for DSRL, and he starts on the pole because of that, the 32 of Anthony Morano. His teammate in the 316, Devin Hauer, on the outside. That's going to be difficult. Full throttle guys out front. That's going to be a tough one. Hey, everybody else, they are going to have to work. if they're going to come up here and beat these guys. The 1 of Jacob Schmutz, row 2 to the inside next to the 11 of Adam Vinny. You'll see the 25 of Ryan Hines and 20 of Dylan DeWert in row number 3, inside and out. Tom Ostendorf will start the 32 car on the inside of row number 4 next to the 21 of Garrett Boyd. Your 5th row will be the 98 of Ryan Paget inside, the 43 of Reed Rundle outside, and your final row tonight for our 40-lap A main. Braden Eiler, the high side hustler, in the 5 on the inside. And the Ohio hombre, Matt Westfall, in the 54 on the outside. So if Eiler wants to win back-to-back races, he's got a lot of work to do. Schmutz won the UMP race a little while ago. Maybe the momentum. Maybe he can carry that through. He was pretty quick in here all night long. Any of these 12 guys capable of getting up here and win this, but they are going to have to go beat a couple of really strong cars. Up at the front, these guys proved that FTM has some things figured out. So Pace Truck is going to dodge out of the way back here on the back stretch. 40 laps are on the big board. Teammates Hauer and Morano, front row, ready to get after it. Coming out of turn number 4, we are going to get the green flag. And here we go. Time for the lightning and the thunder. And the green flag in the air. CAMMUS Racing Simulators Big Block Modified Series at Oswego, and Morano. No time wasted. He is going to get about 8 car lengths on his teammate. It is a battle for third. Adam Vinny has the high side. Jacob Schmutz has the inside. Dylan DeWert is tucked in right behind these two. Vinny ran the inside in the heat race. Got passed on the outside. I think he learned something there. Just trying to hold the middle and the high side. Work his way past Schmutz and then focus on Hauer. Hauer, good one at saving his tires. He knows he's got to have a pace so that he can make late charges. You can see the gap. Morano, 1.3 seconds, and then it's starting to get tight behind that. Everybody is in the mix right here. Ryan Paget had an issue. He is going to be the first car to fall off the pack. I think he got the right rear up over the cushion, got it into the fluff, and had to really wait on the car to settle before he could get going again. It cost him a lot of ground. Hauer trying to work off the bottom. Adam Vinny with a good run up top. He's using the momentum line. He's bringing DeWert with him, and he clears Hauer. DeWert clears Hauer. So Hauer was second last time through 3 and 4. He's fourth this time coming out. And he is back there 7 tires. Look who is charging through the field, not using the high side, driving it on the bottom, the 5 car, the high side hustler. Braden Eiler already up to 4th, and he's making a bid for 3rd. He's got the 5 car working on the bottom, not used to seeing that out of this driver. He's up to 3rd now as he's right alongside Dylan DeWert. These two going to battle down the backstretch. Adam Vinny is right there in front. He may be part of the party as Eiler now tries to squirt past the 11. Ooh, big blink out of the 5 car that time. Everybody's safe when he comes back into view. And now Eiler has 2nd. It's side by side for 3rd. And Vinny's got his hands full with DeWert down there running the tire tracks of the 5 car. They figured out that Eiler's got something going on. And now Eiler crosses them all up, goes top shelf, cut down line. He's got 2nd, 2.8 seconds behind Anthony Morano. Morano's already coming out of turn 4 to the start-finish line. Eiler's second, DeWert, Vinny, Garrett Boyd is fifth. Devin Hauer has slid back to sixth. Schmutz to seventh. Rundle is eighth. Hines is ninth. Westfall 10th. Ostendorf is 11th. And Ryan Paget now has caught back up to Ostendorf, and he is going to make the pass and take over that 11th spot. So put the 32 of Ostendorf back in 12th. And then Ryan Paget promptly goes up, jumps the cushion, and slams the right rear into the fence as soon as I talk about it. Maybe we don't talk about the 98 car and let him have a good race. 3.11 seconds. And Eiler still trying to catch Anthony Morano. DeWert is still third. Boyd now has gotten around Adam Vinny. Well, he's not quite around him, but he's working around him. He's probably going to clear him right here. And he is going to take over what looks to be the fourth spot. He's got him by about a car now. We'll see. That time he kind of locked the door. Short slider got up in front of Vinny. He needs the whole track, or wants the whole track for that 21. Here comes Hauer trying to fight back right up against the fence. And Devin Hauer starting to make tracks. Figures 15 laps was long enough to save tires. Now he's going to have to go up here. He's got a lot to make up. He's got over 5 seconds to make up on the leader. And if it stays green, that is a very tall task. Schmutz is still in sixth, but Rundle, I thought, was going to go for the slider line right there. It looked like the door is closed. Contact between Hauer and Vinny coming out of turn 4. Hauer had the outside. I don't think Adam Vinny knew he was there. And now Hauer starting to make a charge back through the field. Next on the hit parade for Devin Hauer, the 21 of Garrett Boyd. Boyd working the inside. Hauer working the top. Ostendorf is in turn 2. Anthony Morano is in turn 1. So if we stay green, Ostendorf may end up a lap down here. Morano 19.64 his last time around. 6.8 for Eiler, 8.4 and slower for everybody behind that except Ryan Paget, who ran a 19.64 not in traffic. So Paget has the speed, just doesn't have the track position. And our first yellow, and oh boy. Is it the limousine or is it Devin Hauer that has a problem? Oh, Devin Hauer, yeah, jumped the cushion, caught the fence, and Adam Vinny nowhere to go. I don't think the 11 car is hurt very much. I mean, it was just unfortunate that Hauer jumped the cushion and then the car snapped loose on him. What that is, however, going to do is that is going to bring the leader all the way back. And with 22 laps remaining, that is going to put this in a situation where restart may be the difference in who wins this, because clean air seems to matter a little. So Morano, Eiler, DeWert, Boyd, Schmutz, Rundle, Westfall, Hines, and Paget. And then Hauer and Vinny looking to get things straightened out on the front end of both of those cars. Maybe they do have a little bit of suspension damage. I know Adam Vinny was talking about just trying to cut clean laps and stay out of trouble. Well, that was no doing of his that got him in trouble tonight. We made it to 2 laps shy of halfway before we caught the first caution, and the racing has been pretty good. It's hard to gauge off of that 32 car, but he was long gone. But the 5 charged through the field. The 20 charged through the field. It's been good racing between all the other cars. Here comes everybody out of the pits, including Ostendorf. They'll rejoin at the back. Hauer, Ostendorf, and Vinny will all rejoin at the back. We're ready to restart with 22 laps to go. Now can Morano get away from Eiler? Dylan DeWert timing it up with his teammate, trying to put cars between Morano and Eiler for sure. Eiler off the top side, big run. He's going to clear DeWert getting into the corner. Can he clear him coming out of 4? That's going to be the question. And it looks like he will. DeWert's still working the inside. The 20 car still has plenty of speed, just too much momentum from the 5, and they got a little rough with one another. Both drivers going to be able to continue hard racing right there. Neither driver got turned around even with that little bit of contact. Morano, Eiler, DeWert, Boyd is 4th, Schmutz is 5th, Rundle 6th, Westfall, and then Hauer making a charge back through. Whatever was wrong with that car wasn't too bad because he's charging all the way back through again. He restarted about 10th, and he is already up to 8th, and he is getting ready to challenge Matt Westfall for the 7th spot. Gap holding steady, 0.6 of a second, first to second. Just a couple of car lengths behind that. DeWert went to the inside that time. Eiler closes it back down before we get to the corner entry, and then he loses a little on the exit. It is out to 0.75 of a second now. Topside may be going away just a little bit here. Morano going in the middle and taking it down to the bottom. That time, big mistake from Eiler. Eiler's going to give up 2nd. He might give up 3rd. As Boyd now has moved up alongside. Garrett Boyd is going to keep it locked on the bottom. He does not like to run the top. The 21 car will stay married to that inside wall right there. See if he can use the little bit of moisture that's down there. Force the 5 car. Have to be perfect just to stay on the podium. Anthony Morano been perfect since the drop of the green flag at the beginning of the night, and the 32 car, he looks like he is in championship form right here. I saw Matt Westfall really wide in 3 and 4. Looked like he was almost dragging the fence. Paget has worked his way around. He got around Hauer. Now he's working his way around Westfall. Westfall trying not to give the spot up. This is a battle for 7th. Boyd has now reeled Eiler in. Eiler fell back once DeWert got around him. Some of the speed coming off the 5 car. Garrett Boyd on the bottom. He's got Jacob Schmutz and Reed Rundle in the train, and they are trying to work around the 5 car. Right now, Boyd is on the podium. That time, Rundle took a peek to the inside of Schmutz. Not enough room to make it happen. Anthony Morano going to come around, 10 laps remaining. He has 1.5 seconds in front of his teammate Dylan DeWert. This battle right here is the one we need to watch. That's the final podium spot. Eiler has the high side. Boyd has the bottom. Schmutz is just looking for any opening. Got him too wide in front of him. He's trapped. He can go nowhere right now. 9 laps remaining. Gap starting to shrink a little. 0.2 cut off. Last time around, first to second. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth right there. Pretty tight, pretty clean, pretty competitive and intense racing right here. And Braden Eiler starting to find some on the high side, and he goes back by Garrett Boyd. Oh, that time Rundle really wanted to get in there. Got the car in, had to turn it backwards just a little bit to slow it down to keep from getting into both Boyd and Schmutz. And now Eiler comes back to the bottom. DeWert creeping in. I think he's going to run out of real estate. He's going to run out of laps before he runs out of real estate. He's got it down to 1.2 seconds now. It was 1.6 a little while ago. Lap time's definitely depicting that DeWert is faster. 10th faster the last time around. This time around, about a half a tenth faster. Eiler still third. Now Schmutz and Boyd are going at it side by side for fourth. Wave lap this time by 5 laps remaining. Side by side for fourth. They are still right on the back of Braden Eiler right here. Three laps this time coming out of 4. Morano holding steady, 1.3 seconds ahead of DeWert. Schmutz now has cleared Boyd. He's looking to go after Eiler. Still getting pestered by the 21 car. Two to go that time by Morano. Holding it down out front. Lap times equaling out between he and DeWert. This time it looks like he's going to be a little quicker as he opened the gap a full 10th. The white flag in the air one more time around. Anthony Morano back to victory lane. Just be clean down the backstretch and into 3 and 4. Anthony Morano will win the first ever trip to Owego Speedway for the Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder CAMMUS Racing Simulators Big Block Modified Series. DeWert second. Eiler is in third. Schmutz and Boyd rounding out our top 5. We'll try to get the drivers around. We'll grab them all up. We'll try to chat with them. We will give Mr. Isla a moment to make his way. Braden's having a hard time parallel parking. I don't think the kid's had his driver's license but about 5 minutes anyway, so we'll give him a little bit of a break. Not much, just a little bit of a break. We're just waiting for him to make his way to our chat room here. We know that he will. He did it last time. Well, there he is. He made it in. He made it in. So let's get him. Let's get him up here, get him started. He'll unmute his mic. He finishes in third. He won the last time out. He had to start at the back. Bad heat race for him. But Braden Eiler, a podium finish, your first time here with the Dirt Slingers at Owego.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to run a race here yet, so I definitely was excited for the track, and I think I enjoyed it. I think that I was good enough to compete for the win, but just a lot of situationship type things happening throughout the night definitely kind of kept me from getting to that top pedestal.
It looked like the racing was pretty intense. You had a heck of a battle. You, Boyd, Schmutz, Hauer, I think, was in the middle of that. Rundle was in there at a time. There's a lot of 2 and almost 3 wide racing, and it looks like this track can handle that kind of, side-by-side stuff. Was it pretty racy pretty much throughout the whole racing surface out there?
Yeah, it seemed fairly somewhat maneuverable. I think in the beginning I was just trying to. I didn't really know what to expect with what was in front of me, and I didn't really know where the track was going to go because towards the end of the heat races, it kind of started to get a top groove, and then top seemed to have some speed there in the warm up and beginning of the feature. But I just kind of kept watching everybody blow the entry and kind of push up to the middle. So I pretty much at first probably 10 lap stretch or so where I was trying to get up to the field, I pretty much just kind of was patient and just tried to wait for the bottom because there was still tons of grip there. Even if it was kind of tapering off towards the exit of the corner, you could definitely wait on it and let everybody else overdrive the corner and kind of sneak underneath them. But unfortunately, starting 12th, and I definitely got up through there somewhat quicker than I thought. But you know, by the time you get up there, Anthony just had he had like a 3-second lead at that point, and you know, you're just waiting for a caution and couple of driver mistakes, and then had a good battle with Garrett, but that kind of definitely tore some rubber off the old Hoosiers, and just didn't really seem like I had the grip as I once had there through the middle and the bottom, so I kind of had to stick to my guns and what I had and just kind of hold it there, run on the top, and just find what grip there was.
Well, a great run nonetheless, a podium finish, man, and that's a win and a third in your first 2 races back. So give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Yeah, just thank everybody for putting this deal on, and congrats to Anthony and Dylan on first and second. We'll work on it a little bit and see what we can figure out for next time.
All right, man. Congrats on a great run. Thanks for chatting with us, buddy.
Yep.
Braden Eiler finishing in the 3rd spot, and now we'll grab the driver of the 20, and man, he just comes up a spot short, but he expected a good racy feature, and I don't know, Dylan DeWert, is that what you had out there?
I mean, I think so. I mean, it kind of got to the point, like I thought it would. Like, you know, one lane would probably, you know, start fading away, and the bottom looked like it started to shine pretty good. Kind of run the middle a little bit too, but there for a long time it was pretty tight.
It looked like a lot of side-by-side racing, and you were in some of that battle. First time to come here with this series, with this league for this track. Did you expect that much side-by-side?
There's enough guys in here that, you know what they're doing and are pretty good on the wheels. So, I mean, if you got those types of people, I mean, you're going to see more heads-up racing. So, I mean, and they pretty much do it everywhere else. I didn't think here would be any different.
Yeah, it looked like, you know, it was either a whole lot of fun or it was absolutely nerve-wracking doing all that, especially when you're trying to chase down the guy that's 3 seconds ahead of everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, there was, I think we kind of all evened out at one point in time or at the end, but it wasn't too bad. It was more along the lines of just trying to hit the same marks, and every once in a while that didn't work so hot, and try other things, and, you know, sometimes it felt good, sometimes it didn't, but it's pretty good. We did pretty good, so I'm happy with that.
All right, man, we'll give you some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you head out.
Anthony for the win, Braden for a great race, and all the other boys at FTM. Without them, wouldn't be doing it. Dean with Super Dirt Car, Gunner at Swan Speed Shop. You guys for giving us a venue and making us look good on TV.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great night of running, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Dylan DeWert finishing in 2nd, and now we'll grab his teammate. And new paint on the car, and I don't know if that made it faster or if he was just tuned into this track, but DSRL comes here for the first time, and you really were the class of the field tonight, Anthony.
Yeah, man, actually, I love this place. It's bottom feeder's dream, so use a lot of brakes, keep the car down there, keep it straight, and just let it ride.
And it looked like you did every bit of that, even after that restart. Didn't look like you had any nerves about letting the guys get back close to you. You just took off again.
Nah, just like I said, just hit my marks, keep the car as straight as I could, and I knew I had DJ there right behind me on the restart. So it was just, yeah, it was just the only thing I was worried about was going into turn 1 on that restart a little too soft, and maybe having him get screwed up and getting into me a little bit. So I think I drove it a little deep, but it stuck. So Yeah, new wrap on a car this week for this new season opener. And of course, I forgot to change the color of the wheels before the race, so the yellow looked kind of goofy on there. It was actually distracting during the race. So, but yeah, I mean, this is the same setup I won the last 3 races with. I haven't touched anything on it. Only thing I adjust is fuel. Same gear for all 3 of the last races I was in, and it's just plugging away.
Well, whatever it is, it looks like it's working, man. Give me some shout-outs and some thank yous before we let you head out tonight.
I gotta thank my wife Sherry, the boys over at FTM, Swan Speed Shop, Super Dare Car Series, Hi Mom Lens, Expert Installation, Castleberry Flagstone, DJ Sim Shop, Bowman's design for this wrap. I absolutely love this wrap. I think it's gorgeous. So yeah, we'll take on, and thank you for doing the broadcasting and putting this race up for us to come out and race on.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. I will look forward to seeing you back here in that same car next week. And I don't care if you leave the wheels. They seem to kind of work.
I like the mint green looks good. I did it on the small block and ran that earlier tonight, and just totally forgot for the big block.
All good, man. Well, congrats again, and I'll look forward to seeing you back here next Monday night.
All right, Roger. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Anthony Morano picked up the win. Man, he was quick all night long, no doubt about it. Take a look at the results before we get ready to get out of here tonight. Morano, DeWert, and Eiler, 1, 2, 3. Schmutz was 4th. Boyd was 5th. And that was a great battle. Eiler, Schmutz, Boyd, Rundle, all those guys. Paget, very close. He got up in there, and then I think the car faded on him just a little bit. So Howard was 7th. Paget was 8th. Hines, 9th. Ossendorf, 10th. Westfall, 11th. And Adam Vinny in 12th. He had problems, got into Howard when Howard spun out earlier. I think it hurt his car a whole lot more than it hurt Howard's, and that's unfortunate because Adam was having a great run. And we hate to see that for him. That's going to do it for tonight. Guys, don't forget about tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, ERA. Back in action. I forget where I told you they were at, but I said it a little while ago. If you have to rewind it, go find it. Otherwise, appreciate you guys being here without you. There's no reason for us to do this without all the great leagues giving you awesome racing like you saw here tonight. There's nothing for us to cover. Everybody gets a big thank you there. Till we see you the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side down. And as always,